Hello and welcome. I'm Joanna.
I'm Jam.
And this is
How We School.
Cha-cha. All right, welcome. If it's your first time here, like I said, my name is Joanna and this is
Jam.
Jam.
I like jam.
Today we're going to be talking about middle school March. Middle grade March. I said middle school. Middle grade March.
Yeah, I like middle school March.
Middle grade March. And middle grade March is a fun reading type challenge, prompt, whatever you want to call it, for March, where you read middle grade. And this is a great time for us to really get out of a reading slump, or just, I try to read a lot of middle grade, but I usually just read middle grade with Jam, so I don't get to read as many. So this is a great time for me to get in as many as possible. I've got like my little notebook with my notes. Middle grade March is brought to us by, or the hosts, I should say, that run middle grade March are Katie from Life Between Words, Amanda from The Curly Reader, Krista from Books and Jams, and Jenna from Jenna
Jams.
Reads.
Num num num.
And Jenna from Jenna Reads and Writes. It's her first year doing it, and she's only on Instagram. Everyone else is on YouTube. I will link everyone below in the description box. So without further ado, just to kind of move along with the video, we're gonna go right into it. There are 5 prompts that they have, and these prompts are kind of there to help you to pick books. And you don't have to do any of the prompts if you don't want to. The point is just to read middle grade during March. I like to follow the prompts. It's kind of a good challenge for me. And Jam enjoys also doing middle grade March. So it's kind of nice. It's something we can both be sitting down trying to mark off. I think this year I might make a little chart for us or something. I think that'll be fun, like a middle grade March chart. All right. So we're going to share with you some books we've picked out for ourselves, going according to the prompts that they have. And then we are going to share some of our suggestions of books we've actually read for you all that go with the prompts. Now, we decided to just shop our bookshelves instead of buying any new books.
Yeah. Wait, how do we shop on our bookshelves?
How we did it when we were looking for books that covered these prompts. That's how.
We're not buying anything.
Well, we paid originally for them. So the first prompt is
didn't have to pay.
An award-winning book that is not a Newbery Award winner. So it can be a Newbery Award winner, but it has to have another award on it. But again, these are very loose prompts, and you can stretch it as you want. Do you want to share the ones you picked out for yourself? No, okay. So for myself, I've always wanted to read The Penderwicks, A Summer Tale of 4 Sisters, 2 Rabbits, and a Very Interesting Boy by Jean Birdsall. And this one has it's a National Book Award winner. Don't know what that is, to be honest with you. But this is I have a big stack. I'm definitely not going to get to all the books I picked, but this is one of the books I have as a possibility for the award winners. Yeah, my stack is that big.
Maybe even this big.
Another one I have is Hurricane Dancers, The First Caribbean Pirate Shipwreck by Margarita Engel. And this is a Pura Bebre Award honor book. And I believe this one's written in verse, and it's a very short book. So I think I'm actually going to get to this one, and I'm super interested in it anyway, because it talks about a boy who is half Taino and half Spanish, and they have a nickname for him, El Quebrado. And I'm kind of very interested in this book, and it kind of goes according, oh yes, I see the faces he's making, and it's going, according to the time of when the Spanish were colonizing.
No, I was like
the
opening
islands.
my mouth and stretching my cheeks out at the same time.
And my last award-winning book that I have picked out is a Newbery Honor book, but it's also got the National Book Award winner sticker on it. So we're going to ignore that one. It's Inside Out and Back Again by Tanha Lee. And this one's also in verse. So I'm not really reading too much of the synopsises or descriptions, because this video would be long, but it just says, no one would believe me, but at times I would choose wartime in Saigon over peacetime in Alabama. So this sounds really good, and it's got 2 awards, so I'm super excited to maybe read this one. All right, what are your awards books?
I have
Excuse me.
Crossover.
Okay, and this is a
Book in verse.
It is no. Yes, it is. It's a book in verse. He's correct. And this is a Coretta Scott King Award book here. Yeah, and also a Newbery, but yeah. So it says, a bolt of lightning on my kicks. The court is sizzling. My sweat is drizzling. Stop all that quivering, because tonight I'm delivering. Sounds so good, right? I know. I can't wait. Actually, I'm excited, and I hope he actually gets to this one. Okay, what's your other one, buddy?
Mr. and Mr. Bunny, detectives extraordinaire by Mrs.
Okay,
Bunny.
show them. And what award does that one have, bud?
The Parents' Choice Gold Award. No
Yeah.
idea what that is.
So this is a cute short book. It is a middle grade. It says ages 8 to 12. It does also have some illustrations, and it's not too long.
Oh.
I think it's under 200 pages. Nope, it's 248. So I was close, but yeah. So that's one. Those are the two awards winner books you have picked out. Yep. All right, now we're gonna move on to a sci-fi or dystopian book. That is the second prompt. Do you want to share yours first this time?
No.
Okay. I have Alone by Megan E. Freeman. So it says, what's the worst you can imagine? So I believe something happened. I don't know what happens because I've never read the book. But Maddie,
It looked like a book
wakes up.
book in verse.
It is a book in verse. It's a verse. It's a novel in verse. And it is about a girl who wakes up and there's nobody in her town. Everyone is gone. So it sounds pretty dystopian to me. And as he said, it is a book in verse.
Wait, what's our theme right now?
Sci-fi dystopian. Another one I have picked out, and I picked this one out because it's pretty short, but I've heard it's good, is...
Wait, I thought that one was for me.
No, it's for me. It's Cog
Oh.
by Greg Van Eekhout. Sorry. You want to read this one? So we might both read this one actually, and then we'll discuss it together. So that would be fun, and it's super short. Obviously it's about robots and such. So sci-fi. 5 robots, 1 unforgettable journey. Their programming will never be the same. So that's one that I have. And the last one I have for sci-fi dystopian in my possibilities is We're Not From Here by Jeff Rodkey. I haven't heard anything about this book, but 2 mosquitoes and a kid, I think is hilarious. He's on a planet, there's no longer an Earth, I believe.
It's a mosquito.
Yeah, I read it somewhere. They also look like giant mosquitoes. Yeah. And they're the humans are on their planet, and they're trying to get them to like the humans because they don't like humans, but they have nowhere else to go right now. So that's mine. What are your sci-fi dystopian books?
The Last Human.
Wait, hold on. There we go. And who's this by?
What?
Who's the author?
Lee Bacon.
Lee Bacon. Do you know what this one's about or no?
No.
It just says a robot who has never questioned the rules, a human who shouldn't exist, and a journey that will change everything. So I believe there's no more humans, and then the robots think they've taken over, and then they find one more human still alive. What's your other one?
Lightfall. Shadow of the Bird.
So
Number 2.
So this is his sci-fi pick. He is almost done with book 1, so it kind of almost perfectly segues.
I just started it.
You're like I think you're over a quarter of the way through it. I think he's almost halfway done with it. So by March, it'll be. So he's picked this one. I don't know much about it. Anything about it you want to tell me?
No.
No? Okay. I know that
Just
it's definitely sci-fi. Okay. Definitely
Definitely.
sci-fi. All right, on to the next prompt. The next prompt they have is sea or sky on the cover. You want to go or me? Okay. I have a few. No, just 2 this time. Not very many.
Wow. Boom.
The Somerset Tsunami by Emma Carroll. I've been wanting to read an Emma Carroll book and I haven't gotten to any, so I pulled this one out. And you can see we have the sea and we have the sky. I also have Cece's Journal, Lost and Found. And this one is actually, I meant to say Lightfall is a graphic novel. This one is also a graphic novel, and this is number 2 in Cece's journals. And I read number 1 as my son recommended to me, and it's so sweet and cute. So I'm actually excited to read this one. And here you go. Here's the sky up there. So those are the only 2 I have for sea and sky. Go ahead. What's yours? You only have 1 picked out.
Kiki's Delivery Service.
by Iko Kadono. And I know many people have read this book, but we've never read it. So, and it's a kind of a short book. So we're pretty excited to get to this one. That's your only one, right? All right. And the next prompt is a book with a neurodiverse character in it. You or me first?
Yeah. And
I don't know why I keep asking. I have 3 picked out for this. Yes.
I only have 1.
Counting by Sevens by Holly Goldberg Sloan. I don't remember what the character has, but I know she has some sort of neurodivergency. It says she's 7 things to know about Willow Chance. 1, she's different, as in strange, and a genius. And then they list 7 more things. So I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm considering it. It's kind of a longer one. It's over 300 pages, so that might not happen when I'm trying to read so many middle grade, but I pulled it out just in case. Next one is Forget Me Not by Ellie Terry. And
Is it about Forget Me Nots?
I don't know, it might be. But I think it's about her friend not forgetting her when she moves or something. But in this one, the character has Tourette syndrome. So I thought that this would be a good one to read.
What's
And
Tourette syndrome?
It's when you have kind of like these tics and involuntary body movements.
Oh, I have that.
No, I think your tics are a little different. He has some tics, and so, but I think those are more like ADHD tics. And then the last,
ADHD?
well,
Yay.
not like,
What?
you're
I
just
wanna be
cute.
like Dogman.
And my last one is When Stars Are Scattered by Victoria Jameson and Omar Muhammad. I think you recommend this one also for a neurodivergent. He recommended this one to me. It is also a graphic. And
That's some real.
what is his
pictures in the
brother's
back.
name? Do you remember?
Let me see if I can find it.
It was probably on the back. Omar and his younger brother Hassan. So Hassan is nonverbal, correct? So I picked this one out because he recommended it, and I think he also recommends it to anyone who wants a graphic novel with a neurodivergent character in it. You ready?
You can keep.
Nope, you gotta share
wait.
yours. Yep, go ahead and share.
Find what he keeps saying.
Mm.
A boy called back.
Yes, and I want to say
by-
Go ahead. Who's it by?
Alana K. Arnold.
I want to say he was on the autism spectrum. Yes, and that's exactly what it is. It says a story of first friendship starring an unforgettable young boy on the autism spectrum. So another like pretty short one. It's got really big font. So I think he'll read this one pretty quickly. Go ahead. What does he always say?
Julio.
Julio. That's what his nonverbal brother says. So here, let's move on. Okay, last and final prompt. Yes? You ready? By the way, this also has a sky in it
Wait, where did I
because
put
of
this?
course the stars are showing. I'll take it. So could work for that as well. Another one, the last
This one
prompt.
also.
Yes, I know. I should have pointed out when a book actually worked for more than one thing. And then the last prompt is a book published in the last year. I have The Swallowtail Legacy, Wreck at Ada's Reef by Michael D. Beale. And it was published within the last year, and it's got the sea and the sky.
Your pile
So
went from this to this.
So this is a good one to cover a few of the prompts. And then my last one is Hedge Witch, Witches Aren't Born, They're Made by Skye McKenna.
What? They're
Yeah.
made.
So it says, if you did go all the way through, if you came out the other side, the cat looked up at her with his amber gaze, then you would find yourself in fairy. I don't know, I've heard really good things, and I think a second book is coming. Isn't that gorgeous though? A second book is coming out. Look at that cover. A second book is coming out soon, I believe, but this one came out last year, and I'm excited to read it. I don't know if it came out in the US or UK only, so I'm not sure. But yeah, Hedge Witch is my other one. What's your book published in the last year?
This is my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
Wing bird. It's almost a ring.
And like you said, it does have the sky in the background. You can see the
And
stars.
on the back, too.
And on the back, yes, definitely. And I don't know if it's sci-fi or not, but
It looks like
it is, and it's a graphic novel. So, because it's going to be hard for him to get through that many books if they were all, if he didn't have some in verse and some as graphic novels, because he still has his school reading to do, right? Yeah, so The Wing Bearer. Okay, so those are the books that we have picked out. Will we get to all of them? Probably not, but we're going to try our hardest. And now we're going to give you guys some recommendations. Here we go. An award-winning book that is not just a Newbery Award is The Dreamer, and this is by Pam Munoz Ryan.
and this is a book in verse.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It has some.
It's because it has poetry, because this book is about Pablo Neruda, and we loved this one, didn't we?
Wasn't it about his childhood?
It was about his childhood.
It was a sad.
Yeah, but then it also goes into him growing up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At the end, yeah. It's beautiful, wasn't it? Beautiful. So we recommend this one for the award. Okay,
I think it made her cry.
I'm gonna be honest. We haven't finished this book, but we only have a quarter, maybe less left in this book. But it has the National Book. Oh, here we go. It also has the Scott Odell Award. I was gonna say it's a National Book Award, but it was a finalist. But it does have the Scott Odell Award for historical fiction. And that is Chains by Laurie Halse Anderson. This book, it says ages 10 to 14, and they mean it. This is not like your normal 8 to 12-year-old. Yes, very sad. We've had to go pretty slow with this book because sometimes it's become very overwhelming and I have to stop reading it to you, correct? Yeah. So we are actually reading this together right now. And but it is still beautiful, haunting, like, I don't know. So, but we love this one right now. I haven't finished it, and we have the next two. We're hoping to finish this series
If you're 8,
this year.
you might have nightmares from
Yeah,
that
this
book.
would not be good for an 8-year-old. Nope. All right, our sci-fi dystopian recommendations. Jam is recommending, which should not come as a surprise because he's going to read the second one. Lightfall, The Girl and the Galdurian, and In the Land of Urpa, so we're off in another planet. An ancient threat
That's what it's
awakens, obsessed with plunging the world into eternal darkness. Luckily, chance enlists 2 unsuspecting heroes to save the day. So, and this is by Tim Probert, and you're enjoying this one, yes? So he hasn't even finished it, but he's recommending it because he really enjoyed it. Go ahead.
Tell me when
Yeah.
the book.
I recommend The Last Cuentista by Donna Barba Higuera. I read this book last year. I could literally do maybe just a whole video on this book because there's so much to say about it. So we have Petra Peña, and she and her family are one of the families that are going to get to go on this spaceship to find a Goldilocks planet. They are chosen because her parents are scientists. Earth is going to end. There is a meteor or something coming, and there will be no more Earth. She loves her grandmother. Her grandmother can't come because her grandmother's older. Her grandmother is a storyteller, a cuentista. She wants to be just like her grandmother. Her parents want her to be a scientist. So they go on this spacecraft that they are privileged to get on because her parents are scientists. Well, they all go into this type of Cairo type sleep or gel. I don't know. I don't know if they were frozen, so I shouldn't say that. But they are put into some deep sleep because they're going to sleep hundreds of years. They have people on the ship who are going to watch them. Well, something goes awry with the people on the ship, and they try to erase their memory. They're trying to change and create a new society when they make it to this Goldilocks planet. But what I really took away from this book is that she wants to save the stories. Storytelling is so important. So much of our history is told through stories. We will lose our history, our heritage, all these things without our stories. And she wants to keep those stories. She's the only one who seems to remember things from the past. Her mind has not been erased as it was supposed to be. I don't want to say too much, but to me, there is such a deeper meaning in this book. I may read it again. I enjoyed this that much last year. So this is one I recommend, and I am still trying to get someone to read it, but he's not as interested, but I'm holding out hope.
That one almost made me have nightmares.
I don't know how. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I can't recommend this one enough. And then Jam also recommends for your sci-fi dystopian is A Rover Story by Jasmine Warga. Beautiful. He's just saying it's beautiful. It is a beautiful story, and it is about this rover named, why is his name leaving me right now? What's his name?
Resilience.
Resilience. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Resilience.
He has his best buddy.
And he's got his little friend there.
Fly.
And he is sent to Mars. But it's about him becoming a rover and what's happening and how he's kind of got almost feelings. Anywho, this is a great one for sci-fi. But as well, this is the group read that they're doing for middle grade March. So we might actually do this one again. But we just read this one only a couple months ago, but we loved it. Yeah, well, we did, the audiobook. We love this book, and I can't recommend it enough. All right. A book with sea or sky on the cover. I chose this book, The Hatmakers by Tamsin Merchant. He's reading. We've lost him. It's got the night sky here, as you can see. And on the back, it's got the sea. Remember her dad in the sea? We love this book. We love it. So it says, keep wildness in your wits and magic in your, do you remember?
Fingertips.
Yes, it's a beautiful book. So we really enjoyed it. So we were recommending this one for the sky and sea on the cover. Jam recommends Wings of Fire, this book 2 of the graphic novel, The Lost Heir. So I don't know if you can tell, but that's water underneath him, and here he is under the water. And this is a graphic novel. All right, book with a neurodiverse character. So Jam picked out the 2 books because these are some of his favorite books. Midnight at the Barclay Hotel by Flora Bradley. He has read this book. He has listened to the audiobook probably 10 times. But our main character, what's his name again? What's his name?
JJ.
Thank you, JJ. We
Penny.
believe,
And Emma.
yes, we believe, but we are not 100% sure because they don't say it, but that he is dyslexic. Because what does he say? He's failing school because all his letters get mixed up, right? And he can't, what is it?
It's hard for him to read, and he often had to guess in school.
Yeah. So that's that one. And then we have the unforgettable Logan Foster. Now, I did know, but I forgot now. But Logan is a neurodivergent character. I don't know. He's it says his awkward manner, photographic memory, and his affection for reciting curious facts.
Yeah, he's like, you are not my parents, and that is a fact.
So he recommends Logan Foster, and if you've read this one already, you can read the new Logan Foster. It would be a book published in the last year and a neurodivergent character. And the book that was published within the last year, I think that we pulled out, was Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. We read this and we really enjoyed this. It's a really sweet, fun book. And if you watched when we read it, we recommended it, right? This was this year, wasn't it? Within the last year? Yes, just making sure. But we really enjoyed this one. And if you like magic and friendship, newfound friendship in places you're least expecting it, this is a wonderful book for that. We really liked it. Okay, so those are the books we recommend for the different themes that they have picked out. And then these are 3 books that we might read together. This has the sky and the sea. And did it come out last year as well? I want to say it did, but I could be wrong. Yes, it did. Otter by Catherine Applegate. And we love Catherine Applegate. So this is one that we might read together. A Storm of Sisters by Michelle Harrison. This is from the Pinch of Magic Adventures. This came out last year, so this might be one that we read. And on top of that, it hasn't even come out, I don't think, in the US. It only came out, I ordered this from the UK. And lastly is The Map Makers, and it does have the night sky again, and it came out within the last year. So those are the books we're hoping to read and our book recommendations for all of the prompts. And remember, you just need to read middle grade books. It doesn't have to be any of the books on the prompts. It doesn't have to be the group read, which is a Rover story. It could be anything you'd like, and you are participating. But we love the challenge of trying to read the books that have the prompts in them. And it really gets us to read some books that have been sitting on our shelves for quite a while. As you can see, these were all from our home library. So we're excited to get to try some of these out. Yes? All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We hope you participate.
I got lost in my book.
You got lost in your book? It's good, right? If you're going to participate in Middle Grade March, let us know in the comments and let us know what books you're reading or if you recommend any. As you can see, these are all maybes for us. We're not completely sold. I think what we're going to do is read a chapter and see if that's the book that we go with. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. You ready? We're going to say goodbye?
Bye.
Sorry, I've been sick.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for stopping by.
And
that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Have a great middle grade March. Bye.